So our first speaker is, or not our first speaker, but the first person I want to present is Adekunle Koleosho. He's an experienced professional with over 15 years of experience in the areas of audit, accounting, finance, and stockbroking activities. He started his career in a consulting and external audit firm before joining Stanbic IBTC Asset Management Limited in February 2008. He co-institutionalized internal audit and compliance in asset management before joining the group internal audit team in July 2009 after the merger of Stanbic and IBTC Chartered Bank. In his professional career, Adekunle has over 11 years of experience as an internal auditor and also spent about 4 years in the stockbroking business as an equity trader for both retail, institutional, and foreign clients. He rose to become the head of corporate and investment banking audit in Stanbic IBTC Bank, overseeing global markets, treasury, and liquidity management audits in Nigeria, as well as some African region countries within the Standard Bank Group in a support capacity. Currently, Adekunle is the head of audit and risk at Alerzo Limited, where technology is used to drive the retail end of the FMCG business. He pioneered internal audit and risk functions within the company. In addition to his professional career, Adekunle has over 15 years of experience in lecturing both ICANN and chartered stockbroker students. He has produced over 1,000 chartered accountants, over 100 chartered stockbrokers in the industries. Next up, we have George Lawrence Badejo Adegbenga, who is a qualified UK barrister and a well-rounded fintech entrepreneur with strong commercial, residential, and consumer finance background, gained during employment at GE Money Bank, Eversheds LLP, Ventura, Kingsley Brooks Solicitors, HML, and Loans to Go. He's a confident communicator with proven leadership skills across a range of financial services sectors and capable of operating effectively at all levels within an organization or firm. He has extensive exposure to consumer finance, civil procedure, rules, commercial law, employment law, contract law, criminal law, regulatory law, the FCA, the Central Bank of Nigeria, financial institutions across Europe, Africa, and industry peers. George qualified as a barrister of England and Wales in 2010, and in 2013, he also qualified to practice as a solicitor of England and Wales. Next up, we have Elijah Eto. Elijah is an articulate risk and compliance professional with a decade banking experience in audit and compliance department across 4 Nigerian banks. He started his banking career in 2011 with Ecobank Nigeria Limited in the internal audit department and moved on to Diamond Bank, where he worked in both the audit and compliance departments. He has also worked in the audit compliance departments of Keystone Bank and Union Bank Nigeria PLC before he moved into the fintech industry in 2021. He is a certified anti-money laundering specialist with CAMS and a certified AML FinTech Compliance Associate. He is also a certified ISO 2701 lead auditor, a 2-time scholarship beneficiary from the ACAMS and the ACFCS, a seasoned auditor with a broad understanding of fraud, regulations, payments, and ethics, a practical AML and compliance trainer with excellent interpersonal leadership and communicative skills, very skilled in providing insightful and practical risk management mitigants from his experience in the banking industry and fintech space. Next up, we have Theophilus Sunday. Theophilus is an early career professional in financial technology and anti-financial crimes. He routinely applies his training as a legal practitioner to developing and reviewing compliance programs across different spectrums in the technology sector, including anti-financial crimes and data protection. Beyond providing compliance support to various fintech firms and designated non-financial businesses, his work with Reg Compass Consults also involved routinely providing regulatory intelligence to domestic and international firms in key African markets. He currently works as a legal and compliance associate with an undisclosed virtual assets company. His hunger for knowledge and contribution to the anti-financial crime compliance space has seen him earn important scholarships with prestigious institutions such as the ACFCS and ACAMS. He remains an associate of these institutions and a student member of the Chartered Institute of Bankers in Nigeria. Give me 1 second here. Next, we have Daniel Saliba. Daniel Saliba is a compliant expert and a leader with in-depth knowledge of the UK and European payments regulatory landscape. He has a wealth of experience in issuing, licensing, crypto, and lending. He currently holds a position as a Chief Compliance Officer and MLRO for Optimus Cards UK. Prior to this, he was a Group Chief Risk and Compliance Officer for Ixeris Technologies. He also provided consultancy and advisory service and held many positions as a director and a head of compliance in the payment industry. Next up, bear with me, we're almost done. We have Elena Pikova. Elena is a thought leader, influencer, and founder of a prominent industry think tank, the Best Practice Operational Risk Forum. She's a former director for education at the Institute of Operational Risk and chair of the expert panel for the Association of Foreign Banks. Passionate about the discipline, she founded her training and consulting practice after 20 years of experience in senior roles at Fortune 500 companies. Elena is a CEO and founder of a consulting company, the OpRisk Company, specializing in strategy, design, and implementation of firm-wide risk frameworks based in London. She is the author of a best-selling book, Operational Risk Management in Financial Services, a practical guide to establishing effective solutions. She is a renowned educator, running public and in-house training courses in the UK and internationally for world-leading organizations, including the Euronext Group Academy, the Moeller Center, Cambridge University, and RiskNet. Last but not least, we have Dr. Emmanuel Moore Abolo. The Risk Master profile, known globally as the Risk Master, Dr. Emmanuel Moore Abolo holds a PhD degree in economics, specializing in econometrics and public finance, and has over 30 years of dynamic and impactful knowledge in risk management, corporate governance, strategy crafting, conflict management, HR, transformational leadership, and compliance, with extensive experience cutting across several sectors and industries. He was the Chief Risk and Compliance Officer at the Nigerian Export-Import Bank, Chief Economist at the First Bank of Nigeria and Axis Bank PLC, as well as Basel Accords Project Manager at both banks. He was listed by the World Bank as one of the finest minds in risk management in Africa and a recipient of the Federal Government of Nigeria National Merit Award. Dr. Obolo is the founder and DG of the Economic Think Tank Center. He's the general managing director and CEO at the Risk Management Academy Limited, and he's a board member of 5 other companies, including a modular refinery. He was the past president of the Risk Management Association of Nigeria. He was a council member at Gerson Lehman Group, the president of the Institute of Government's Risk Management and Compliance Professionals, a fellow at the Institute of Management Consultants, a fellow at the Institute of Credit Administration, a fellow of the National Institute of Marketing in Nigeria, and a fellow at the Chartered Institute of Economists of Nigeria. With that said, I think I have introduced everyone. We are among a very experienced and esteemed company, and hope we we all learn from what is going to be shared here. We will be having 5 presentations to follow up, and then we will have about 20 to 30 minutes dedicated to Q&A. Again, let me remind all of you listening in that if you have any questions for our panelists, to please actually submit those in the Q&A or chat section and let us know who exactly you want to basically direct that question to.